All right, thank you, Dr. Abati, for those questions. I mean, this is the finest moment for every Nigerian to be proud of themselves, of their country. What Nigeria did in Benin Republic was very good, absolutely what was required of us as a bigger nation. And of course, the legality of that is, what we'll be debating in a few days. So, well, Benin Republic sent 2 letters, what's called note verbal in diplomatic circles. That's an urgent message that needs to be sent for support, one thing or the other. Myself, I've been a beneficiary of note verbal before when I was stranded somewhere at the Sharjah airport in the United Arab Emirates, and the Nigerian government had to help us out at Arise News here. So what was done was actually a very good thing by President Bola Tinubu. But like you said, the law is the law. And President Tinubu has to actually follow what the law says in terms of what we, Nigeria, as a country have agreed upon in terms of domestication of treaties and the actual power that grants the authority to the head of the executive branch of government in Nigeria to go to war with another country or any other is the National Assembly. And in this instance, you know that this is a coup. There could actually be a counter coup in Benin Republic this morning, and the military that may come on board would declare a war against Nigeria for that act that we took. So it's very, very important for us to know that it's a very serious thing that was done. And as simplistic as it looks like, we have to follow the legality of the law, because if not, it could be an impeachable offense against a sitting president, whether it's President Tinubu or any other one. But what was done is something that actually brings joy to us and shows that Nigeria can still exercise its powers as a big brother within the continent, but within the ambit of the law. And in this instance, we've done very well by following the ECOWAS protocols. You see, other countries were called to deploy troops, but how many were eventually deployed? It was Nigeria that did that. But why don't we deploy that sort of weight into tackling the criminals, the bandits, the terrorists that the country? Because that's what every Nigerian citizen waking up this morning is asking. If we have this power to tackle these coup plotters.
Now, this is the president of Benin Republic, applauding Nigerian president, appreciating the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, for commanding the president of Nigeria to help them. That, he have regained back his office and stuff like that. I would have loved you guys to listen, but it's in French. None of you speak French in Nigeria. And my fans are anglophone, not francophone. Now, this thing becomes a laughing stock in Nigeria. Like, the traditional body is now laughing Nigeria that, so Nigeria, you can actually do this. Like, you can actually send your commando to go to another country to restore peace, but you cannot restore peace in your own country. I want you guys to listen to what the international body are saying to us.
There, Boko Haram. So the Nigerian military can be spared to go and attack their neighbor, but they can't keep peace and stop ISIS in their own country. What kind of president is that?
Well, it's a good question. Tinubu has very long-standing ties in the United States. Max Blumenthal and David Hundeyin, who's the latter is a Nigerian journalist, very famous, did a brilliant piece on Tinubu in the Gray Zone. Everyone should read it, about Tinubu's ties to cocaine trafficking networks in Chicago in his earlier years. So this is the type of guy that we're dealing with, in bed with the CIA, in bed with all these drug narco trafficking units. But of course, the West backs up the real narco terrorists like Tinubu, who, as you point out, question of why can't he do anything about this threat in his own country in Nigeria, but he launches all these airstrikes or these planes in Benin the moment there's a coup. There's a simple answer for that. President Macron of France gave a call to Tinubu today under the guise that there was a new offensive led by the Boko Haram terrorists in Nigeria. He made an emergency call, and apparently it wasn't about Boko Haram, because if it was, I'd imagine those fighter jets would have been used to do targeted airstrikes, hopefully on the terrorists, but instead they were used to go into violate the sovereign airspace of Benin and presumably strike the coup leaders.
Now, as you mentioned...
Now, you have watched the video, I also want you guys to understand how everything played out. This is another news explaining in details how Nigerian president